Here we are at the first peak of our little two-peak circuit, Griffith and Harris Peak. There's Mummy. Beautiful morning, isn't it? Mount Charleston. Looking down the valley toward Pahrump. Circling around. Now we're looking toward Red Rock, Calico Basin. And around. And here is our summit of Harris Mountain. So we're going to descend and then ascend, and I believe that saddle, we'll take a look at it when we get around the corner here. I believe that saddle goes pretty deep in order for that to be called a mountain, Harris Mountain. So there's got to be at least a 500-foot rise following the dip of that saddle. So we'll just see how that works, and then we've got to piece together how to get back to the South Climb Trail from Harris Mountain. So there you have it. The rest of our adventure took me about 2 hours to get up to the summit of Griffith Peak from the South Climb. It's now 7:10, so I've got some ample time to get over to Harris Peak and figure my way back down to the South Climb Trail. Okay, signing off. Well, as you can see, that is a pretty dramatic dip between Harris Mountain over there and Griffith Peak where I'm standing. I bet you go down at least 1,000 feet and up again about 500 feet. So that should be interesting. Can't really see what things look like, but I know that I need to go down the side of this hill and get back onto that saddle. So, and here's a 360-degree view, Mummy. And then looking up toward Griffith Peak. And across down the area around Red Rock. And I think it's, except for the sun kind of blocking it out, you can see Bridge Mountain, Rainbow Mountain, and Mount Wilson down there. And then coming around this way, I believe we're looking at La Madre Mountains. There's the La Madre Mountain Wilderness, Keystone Thrust, but it's all kind of blocked out by the sun, the early morning sun. Right in the center there, little peak, just to the left of the bottom of that dip of those mountains, or that ridge there. That little pointy peak is probably Turtle Head Peak. So anyway, that gives you kind of a perspective. Okay, onward and down this saddle. I think once we get down this first portion, it'll level off a bit. This first portion is pretty steep. Signing off. I guess I'm not the only one here. Well, this saddle has a very faint trail. If you just follow logic, every now and then you'll see a little trail. So somebody has made the distance between the Griffith Peak and Harris Peak, or Harris Mountain. I'm not the first. Anyway, just headed down this area and continuing down toward the saddle, and we're going to just see it's starting to level off a little bit, which is very nice. And I can see for the trip back, I'm gonna skirt around the right side of that rocky area down there. I think that might actually be the first high viewpoint. Maybe not. Maybe it's the second on the way to Griffith Peak on the South Climb Trail. Here's Mummy Mountain. Here's Mount Charleston. So we'll get a good look at potential routes back down to the South Climb once we get down to the bottom of this saddle. And then here's the valley in the other direction, La Madre Mountains right in the center there. And there's valley down the other direction. Okay, Las Vegas, by the way, just behind La Madre Mountains, and to the right you can see a little sun on the Luxor. Okay, signing off for now, heading down this saddle and then up to Harris Mountain.